bird. Oh, that's on your beak. There we go. Hey, beak bird, you're on telly. Sophie, doing bird. Come here. What do? Hey, magpie. Whoa, bird. Oh. Hey, hey, how you doing? Afternoon, everybody. Got a notification. Yeah, that's because we're not using a trash platform. Oh. Oh, it's cold today. It's really cold. It's cold and windy and a bit crap. Oh, it rained a lot last night. It started raining about 10 o'clock and then just continued raining the entire night, but really like, I'm gonna get you rain, not just like, I heard you could do the oh I heard your garden could do with a bit of a water sort of rain, just like, I'm gonna drown you out rain. Notification Tuesday. And it was still raining this morning when I got up 6, so it's been raining a lot. Oh! So is everything a bit spicy today? Why are you attacking the bottom of that? She's methodically pecking the very bottom of the cuttlefish block. Rather than this nice vulnerable top bit, she's really nomming right down here, right at the bottom. Why are you making it hard for yourself? Needs an umbrella. Needs a parker. But there we are. Well, we all saw what happened yesterday when I touched the cuttlefish. There was a great deal of like, Yeah, I think she just likes jamming a beat right down the bottom of it, I think. What do we think, bird? Eh? Why do this? What do you think? I know, it's a bit like that, isn't it? It's one of those sort of days that's a bit, you look out the window and go, do I need to go outside? Must I actually go outside? I don't know. Yes, creepy. Well, a Twitter chum of Sophie suggested that I buy some mascara brushes to sort of like try to comb out these last little bits of keratin out of her feathers. I showed Sophie a mascara brush yesterday. There was a great deal of squirking. It was immediately obvious that the mascara brush idea was not going to be a thing that happened. You left me in no doubt that I should take that mascara brush and do something like physiologically quite damaging to myself with it. So if you know anybody who wants 49 mascara brushes, I'm your man. Because I can only buy them in a pack of 50. You did call mega squirking and you were right. There was the sort of squirking that there was a sort of squirking that was immediately, it was immediately clear there was going to be no negotiation with this. We weren't sort of entering into a period of negotiation with this. It was like, you can take that and you can cram it. End. Get me? Did you get me? No, you missed me. She 100% knows her own mind. If she says no to something, sometimes she'll say no to something and you'd be like, for a little bit. And she'll come round. But some things when she says no to it, it's no. That is a no. And in this instance, I'm not You know, my mind is made up. Isn't it? Oh, oh, look, bird. She's got a new tail feather. Like, a little while ago, we both nearly got pooed on there. A little while ago, I noticed on her left side she had an odd tail feather. Yeah, orbital strike. That was some high orbit as well. That was a rod from God. On her left side, she had a extra tail feather that's grown to be 10, 15 centimeters. It's a legit final tail feather, but she didn't have one on the other side. But now she is growing a whole new tail feather to balance her tail out. And the tail feather is tiny. You can just see this little, there it is there, look. After all of that, after all of this tail work, she's decided, nah, I'm not quite done yet. I need to make a little nubbin. I need to make a tiny little nubbly one for no reason whatsoever. New feather just dropped, yeah. So yeah, there was yet another tail feather. We kind of thought you'd finished with feathers, or at least the major ones. Bird. I really want to get these little bits of keratin there. Let me just see if I can, because sometimes you can do this with them. You can sort of just like you can give it like a little twist and it will come off. But nope, it is windy. It's windy and cold. It's the very best combination. It's cardigan and coat cold. And even then I could do with a slightly bigger coat. And the crouch cam seat is a little bit not dry. I would like it to be drier. Now I've put my bum on it, now I've been sitting on it for a couple of minutes, I now realise that I could do with being slightly drier. Or at least slightly less wet. But I have made my decision now and I'm going to stick to it. Stick with it. Hot cocoa, oh, that'd be nice. I should probably get off the tea. I've had like 5 cups of tea this morning. I should probably stop drinking tea. I've drunk a considerable amount of tea today, so I should maybe consider perhaps notching the tea back. There's nothing in this pocket. That's not true. The keys are in this pocket. Yeah? See the keys. I mean, sounds low for being British. Well, you know, one does one's best. I love the way on this keyring there are two valid keys on this keyring. There's the one for the aviaries, the big one that's our house, and the rest of these keys I have zero clue what they are. They're for padlocks that don't exist anymore or for bike locks that are no longer in use. I legit have no clue what 4 of the keys on this keyring are for. But they make a nice jangly noise. Yes, no? I'm jiggling my keys at a baby, aren't I? I've just realised I am totally jiggling my keys at a toddler. What a weirdo. 48 years old. Now, see, you can't donate the keys to the bird, unfortunately. We did think about that, but the problem is the keys might have nickel in them, and nickel's not a good thing for birds to be exposed to for too long. Nickel's not good. If you buy any little metal things, you have to make sure they're stainless steel. That's why I can't give you any money. That's why I went to great lengths to buy play money. And it's been roundly Roundly ignored. Nickel allergy. Oh yeah, that's rubbish, isn't it? Make your skin really sore. I remember a friend of mine at school was allergic to nickel and couldn't handle money for any real length of time. Would come out in sort of like dry, blistery things. You remember it too? Yeah. Well, it's weird. I remember, the old saying that everyone's got a junk drawer in their kitchen. Everyone's got like a freezer bags, tie wraps, weird keys, batteries, that kind of thing drawer. When I was a kid, we didn't have ahoy hoy. When I was a kid, we didn't have that drawer with my parents' house. We had a great big earthenware chicken that I think was given to my parents as a junk wardrobe. I've got a junk towel rail, definitely. I've got a junk rail. It was given to my parents as a wedding gift, and it's like the bottom of the chicken is a basket that you can keep your eggs in, and then you lift the top of the chicken off and take your yummy eggs, and it's like a decorative 70s thing. But we used it to store bills that needed paying, watches that needed their batteries replaced, keys that we didn't know what were for, that kind of thing. And that was, the female and I have a junk drawer, 100% we have a junk drawer, but my parents never had a junk drawer because we had junk chicken. We had Jamaican junk chicken. And yeah, I still occasionally think of that. I remember having a really sweet digital watch when digital watches were a thing. It was red LED rather than being LCD. It was the ones you had to press the button and it would display the time for like 5 seconds and then switch off. And it was yellow resin. It was a Timex yellow resin digital watch with like a red LED display, and it was fresh. It was really good. And the batteries ran out, and because it was one of those ones that when digital watches were a thing, if you had one, you'd show it off to your friends. So I flattened the batteries in like a month, and my dad went, I'm not paying for this idiot. I'm not going into town and having the batteries replaced on this watch every month because my son's a moron. So it ended up in junk chicken. It was a very cool watch. I remember vividly. It was bright yellow, like canary yellow resin strap. It would have been a very cool watch in like 1980. Isn't it strange, the things you remember? Isn't it weird, the things that just pop into your head and you just go, oh, I remember that. Whee. I wonder where that is now. What do you think, bird? Hey, man. Yeah, I definitely should have wiped this, like, stool step thing down. Oh, brilliant. I'll have to have a look. Ace. Work chunky vid. Chunky. You have to be super careful about when you type chunky in a device with autocomplete. You have to be really careful, because I've nearly typed a terrible ethnic slur like 2 or 3 times. Just like, firstly, Apple, why is that in your dictionary? Why is that in your autocomplete dictionary? Come on now. And also, I don't think I've ever used that phrase out loud. It terrifies me that one day I'm going to use a outmoded racial slur from the 70s accidentally. Potato but singing. Ace. Aren't we all potato but singing? Oh, I might be able to, yeah. Now you say it, yeah. I'll have to check. It's been a while since I've needed to remove a word from my dictionary. But can you still do that on iOS 15? I legit don't know. On Android, you can hold the word and delete it. Oh, okay. I will have to try. I will have to test my new iPhone. I'm not saying it out loud. It is an ethnic slur used in the 70s to describe Asian people. And yeah, be blessed that you don't know the word. Congratulations that you didn't. The fact that you don't know the word points to you being a good person. You know, the fact that you don't know the word shows that you are doing it correctly, and by it I mean life. Oh hey, oh look, I can't zoom. We're on Twitch, so I can't zoom, but that's Cam's. That's Cam's butt right there. Look. Hey Cams. Cams. I know you can hear me. Yeah, well, sorry gang, you'll have to take my word for it that is Cams. You'll have to, oh, children, the wind. The wind is brutal. That thing where you, I like the way there's a Scottish phrase they call it a lazy wind, where it doesn't bother going around you, it just goes directly straight through you. And yeah, that's what today is. Today is a lazy wind. It's cutting into you. Just like, hey, how you doing? Heard you a little bit warm. Can't have that. I can't allow you to be warm. Sorry, Bowdy. What are we doing, bird? I'm gonna have a nice toasted sandwich when I go in, I think, today. Yeah, I quite like it. It's just like, yeah, it can't be bothered to go around you. Just go straight through. But I really like localized expressions like that. I really like that sort of thing. You can just like, oh, that's cool because I didn't have a word for that before. You know, I didn't have a word that described, you know, this thing before. And yeah, it's really cool. It's especially cool when you speak to people who English isn't their first language, and they've got a word that describes something that doesn't exist in English. You know, they're just like, oh, you've got a word for that. You've got a word for that thing that I had no idea even was a thing before. Nano was Scottish. Oh, yeah, Scottish Nana. Fantastic. Just bad clothes. Yep. Oh, yeah, Scottish Nana. Yeah. She got loads of like really good cake and tablet and stuff as well. Oh, I want a Scottish Nana. In fairness, though, I had a very English nana. Like my dad's mum was amazingly English. She always had cake to offer you every time, no matter when you went round. She was always like, "Hey, do you want a slice of cake and a cup of tea? I made this cake yesterday." And, you know, and you'd be like, "Yeah, cheers, nana." Yeah, without fail, she'd have a old biscuit tin with some fairy cakes or like half a fruit cake left in there. Just so great. Hey bird, look, the sun's coming out. Should we have a... Oh, I've got to remove that. I know I said I've got to remove that log because I keep tripping over it, but I really have got to remove that log because I keep tripping over it. Oh look, whole new crouch cam. What's this? It's a xylophone crouch cam. Yeah, that's my finger. Oh, look at this noble bird. This noble beast right here. I've still got that sticky note on my laptop that says Twitch Tuesday. I've still got it on my laptop. I haven't bothered peeling it off because I use a external mouse and keyboard, so I never touch the awful keyboard and touchpad thing on the laptop. I never used them because they're awful. So yeah, I just plastered the note directly on the laptop. Twitch Tuesday, bang! There you go. What do we think? Getting less noble as we hunker down, but still quite noble. Yeah, look at this whole new angle. even though it does actually involve me crouching. It's got to be a biscuit tin. It's the law. Well, it can either be a biscuit tin or those big tubs you get sweets in at Christmas. You know, those are also acceptable. You get like a big metal tin of Quality Street or something. That's also very acceptable to keep cake in. But we changing shape quite radically from second to second here. It tightens up when the wind hits it. Quality Street tin is a good size, yeah. It's a shame they're plastic now. Like Quality Street tins. Well, in fairness, I haven't had Quality Street for a few years, but the other one, Celebrations, the other like British, do you want some sweets at Christmas sort of jar tins are plastic now. I mean, they're still very washable and reusable, but oh, look at that sunbird. What do you think? Yeah, it probably should be tub, shouldn't it, really? Yeah, tub is probably the right word. But, yeah, like the... Oh, that's okay, isn't it? That's not bad, is there, Boogle? Might there be Boogle? We're considering Boogle. I did read somewhere that there is a new Quality Street suite. They've added a new suite to the Quality Street selection. And obviously because, England, that's newsworthy. That is a newsworthy thing. It's like some sort of like caramel truffle thing, which I'm completely on board with. I am very on board with the concept of yes. Oh, look at this! Actually on the xylophone. We are discovering xylophone. What do you think? I haven't seen you on the xylophone for a long time, Bert. Yep, off the xylophone. There we go. Xylophone is trash. What do you think? Should we go back up here? Yeah, let's go back up here where my legs are straight. Comes in bags. Oh, you can get bags of Celebrations. I think and Quality Street as well, to sneak into cinemas. Not that you would sneak into cinemas, sneak food into a cinema, because you always buy your overpriced sweets from the concession stands, right? Oh no, that's a butt. That's a butt. Like our local cinema, at one point they were saying that they were going to, they were saying that they wanted to search people for contraband, and they got very short shrift. It was in the local paper of just like, no, you don't come between me and a Wilkinson's pick and mix, pal. Just this is. Because here there's a Wilkinson's, which is like a general store chain here in the UK. You can buy like curtains and frying pans and pens and light bulbs and sweets from. It's a weird shop, Wilkinson's. But they have pick and mix. Eerie assimilating to work to blend back into it. But they have pick and mix there. And here our Wilkinson is around the corner. It's like a 2-minute walk from the cinema. So what you do is you wade into the Wilkinsons, you fill up on pick and mix, or pick and mix if you're being weird about it, and then you charge off down the cinema, where it is literally treble the price for pretty much the same sweets, because cinemas. And and the local cinema were saying they wanted to search people for bringing sweets in from outside, and they weren't going to allow it, which I guess is within their permission. It's private property. They could do that if they wanted to, but there was such a stink about it in the local paper. I am not kidding, it was front page news on the local paper one night of just It's like, they're going to search kids. Sort of conversation, just like, oh. Three Ravens. Oh, what? He ace. I love a local newspaper. It's a shame that our local newspaper was taken over recently, like a few years ago, by Trinity Mirror, and now it's sort of like kind of. Yeah, I could feel that coming. It's kind of diluted the hyper localness of it. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, get photo. It's kind of like diluted the hyper local that it used to have, because it was literally just like, weird sticker found on bollard, and that kind of thing. I remember like a few years ago, something that looked vaguely like a Banksy appeared on the side of a video shop, which dates me, but and there was a huge stink. It was on multiple pages of the newspaper that this thing had happened. Yeah, it looks vaguely like a Banksy. But it's not a Banksy though, is it? Because nothing exciting ever happens in this time. Where'd you go, bird? Okay, we're on the Boogle floor. Bird, it's too windy for Boogle, surely, mate. Surely it's too windy for Boogle. She's thinking about it. I'm not sure that tail feather is legit, I'm not sure. It's very, very raggedy at the very tip. I'm not 100% sure that tail feather is going to come to anything. But, oh, that's it. Get as much lens flare as you can, Andy. Come on. Yeah, she's thinking about it. Like, she's not like dismissing the idea. Oh, blackbirds. Yeah, they love a Boogle, blackbirds. You quite often see Hot Tub having a Boogle. And she wants to. She's inflating and... It's not going to happen, is it, buddy? Oh no, it started raining here. Yeah, they say it's going to rain here this afternoon, but Rory and Con do Boogle. They definitely Boogle. I've seen them on the CCTV Boogling, but Boogle stops the moment we come outside, so I've never been able to get a picture of them. I've never been able to photograph the Boogle. Incidentally, they're doing fine, but you'll have to take my word for it because I can't zoom. Yeah. Look at that. God damn it, Twitch. So yeah, they're doing great, but obviously you'll have to just take my word for it. Oh! Oh, bird! Oh, bird! Bird, what's happening? Oh, bird, it's autumn, mate. I don't like autumn. Oh, what is it with autumn people and autumn? Terrible time to be alive. Why is my voice going all weird? It started off as a joke I was putting on, but now it's doing it. Right, hang on. Right, there we are. That's better. Yeah, I should retry Streamlabs. It was the lag. I mean, ooh. Okay. I mean, an attempt was made. Because that Streamlabs worked great. for like actual flinging it to Twitch, but the lag, the lip sync thing was terrible. Yeah, she's trying. She's really hope springs eternal on the Google, but it just doesn't strike me that it's a boogleable day. We've even got Jaunty Wing. But, what do you think, bird? I'm not talking to you. Make it like a rainy day at the seaside. Oh, there's nothing better. Nothing better than a rainy day at the seaside. Just camp out in a calf on the seafront. Just, that's the best. How comfy is that? Yeah, well, the problem with arcades is, you know, PlayStations and Xboxes have ruined arcades now. You go into them and it's all either fruit machines or gambling stuff. Very rarely you're going to see like you're not going to see an Outrun or a nice comfy, well-maintained Virtua Fighter 3 or something like that. Let's get to the beach. Yep. Yeah, the last time I went to the seaside, I was quite disappointed in the arcades. It was just like I saw a Fruit Ninja arcade machine. It's like, why would I want an arcade version of an iPhone game? What? You know. I miss a proper arcade. Yeah, 100%. Very comfy. Like slightly gooey neon blue carpet. Well-maintained Outrun, slightly poorly looking Gauntlet. I mean, can you think of a better way to spend an afternoon? And just randomly bunging coins into oh look, a Space Harrier. Oh wow, I haven't played Space Harrier for years. Sort of thing, yeah. Sorry, I'm very Sega centric. I'm a Sega man. Kicked 2p machines. Yeah, there's always a coin pusher in there. There's always a bunch of coin pushers. The sketchy surprises. You have wet applied to you. I really like seaside towns. I miss going to them. I haven't been to a seaside town for a couple of years now. And holidays in Wales. Oh, lovely. I'd go as far as to say tidy. I remember our family had a disastrous week in Tenby, which is a town in South Wales. At Skeg Vegas. And yeah, we had a disastrous caravan holiday in Tenby. Disastrous in that it rained continuously the entire time, you know. And it would have been mid-80s. Would have been like 84, 85 sort of time. I would have been 11. Desperate, really desperate. It was the year Dealy Boppers were a thing. If that helps you, forensically date my story. It was the year Dealy Boppers were a craze. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I remember it was like friend of my uncle's had these 2 caravans on this pitch, and it was just like, oh, if you want them, just give me like 50 quid and you can go there. So we did. Continuously rained. It didn't stop raining the entire time. Wretched week. Right, come on then, gang, I gotta go. Let me change cameras and get the lolly stick, because I've got to go back to work. And I've also got to look at what year Dilly Boppers were a thing. Right. Okay, gang, if you just stumbled across us on Twitch and you'd like to follow Sophie on Twitter, her Twitter handle is @BreeSophieBree. And there's a Discord and a WordPress wiki linked from her Twitter profile you can get involved in. That's my finger, if you'd like to. Or if you prefer, you can just Google Sophie the Magpie. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for your company today, and we'll see you tomorrow. We'll be back on Twitter, like normal. Back to the welcoming arms of Twitter. So, we'll see you tomorrow, friends. Bye for now.